Hello, family, friends, and followers. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey. I am a licensed esthetician and makeup artist, and you have joined me on my new YouTube channel for my first video. Yay! Thank you so much. If you guys would please subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment, I would greatly appreciate that. So if you're here from my Facebook or my TikTok, I asked you guys what some things that you wanted to see. So I kind of took a day or two just to look over what all of your requests are. And my most frequently asked for video to this day and in the past is for my eyebrows. If you have known me for a while, I'm sure you have seen the different shapes that they have taken through the years. I'll go ahead and insert those right here. Yeah, they've been through it. But the one thing that I have kept in my routine since day one of doing my eyebrows is the Anastasia pomade dip brow. I currently am using the shade in taupe, and I like to use my lovely Anastasia dip brow. If you can see, it's got the really fine point on there. That is the one thing that I have never changed in my routine. Something that I find is very important is to find the product that works for you. I'm definitely not saying, you have to use this product to get the brow shape or the brows that I have. I think it's important to find what works for you. I know a lot of people prefer a pencil, a fine tip felt pen, a lot of different things. There's a lot of different options out there. So definitely find something that works for you in your makeup routine. The next thing that I would say is very important is to go with the natural shape of your brow. I'm not going to tell you to do that, but that's just my personal opinion. I think that that's what always looks best. The eyebrow shape that you have is what fits your face. So that being said, I'm gonna go take all this makeup off and I will be right back. And browless. So these are what my eyebrows look naturally. So they kind of already have a really high arch, which is why I have always had that high arch. So I'm going to just bring you guys in so that you can see. Okay, so first things first, you do want to start with a little bit of a base under your eyebrows. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna apply my foundation. I'm using the Farmasi Stay Matte makeup. It is oil-free, pore minimizing, and it is shine-free, and actually helps control oil as well. Put a little bit of that on my beauty blender. I'm just gonna kind of... Okay, so now that we are done laying a little bit of a base, I'm going to go in with my pomade, and I'm going to take a little brush. I do like to wet the brush at the end. I find that it gives it a really nice grab and slick, especially if you use this, it dries out pretty fast, but it's kind of hard to let a whole jar go to waste. So I just wet the brush a little bit. It helps grab the product and helps apply a nice smooth line. I just kind of dab it in there. I don't know if you can see this. There's not very much on the tip. First, I brush my eyebrows up just a little bit so I can get right under the brow. And my first step is I'm going to go in and I'm going to just line the underneath of my eyebrow. So I like to start from the corner, just follow it over. And don't worry, it's perfectly okay if you don't get a perfectly straight line the first time. I always go in and clean up at the end. Okay, so I just literally follow the under of my eyebrow in a nice smooth line. Now, because my eyebrows are so thin and blonde, I like to go over the top just to kind of clarify my arch a little bit more, and then I fill in. I start about in the middle of the front of my brow. The same, I follow the hairs and I bring it down to a point. So I started about right here, my eyebrow ends around down here, and I just follow my brow. Now, my eyebrows are not one and the same. Like Jeffree Star says, one and the other, they are not twins, they are sisters. So keep that in mind. Nobody has perfectly symmetrical eyebrows. So now that I have lined my eyebrow in the shape that I want, I'm gonna go in with the rest that's on my brush. I'm not gonna dip it again. I'm just going to shade in the middle. Like so. Now I do not have crazy wiry eyebrows. Mine are pretty short and thin naturally, so I don't apply a whole lot of product to make them stick or not move. A lot of people find that they need those things. I have friends that they have really crazy eyebrows or really curly eyebrows, and they do work. I know Anastasia does make one. If you have crazy eyebrows that like to stick up in all different directions, that might be a good for you. I'm just gonna continue to shade in. And so now I take my brush flat with the rest of the product and I kind of go in and I just lightly fill in the front area right there. Like I said, and I stopped right here. And the reason I'm going to do that, I will show you next. So the next product I'm going to use, which if you're not trying to have a bunch of different products, you can do this with the dip brow and the end of your brush. But I personally found this and it makes my life as a mom so much easier and much less of a mess. It is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I think this shade is in Cool Cookie is the color that I'm using. On one side, you have the pencil, which sometimes I'll use. And on the other side, you have a nice felt tip pen. So this helps you get those really nice, fine, natural looking hairs in the front. So that is what I'm going to be doing next. So I just start at the line that I have right here. And I make upwards light flicking motions, throwing a couple nice natural looking hairs. Sometimes I'll kind of go sideways with them so that they blend into what I already have going on here. So after we do this, we're gonna go in and we're gonna clean up that eyebrow right after. So you just wanna grab a nice flat brush. Mine already has concealer on it. Mine, I honestly don't know what brand this is. I think I got it in a BoxyCharm and the label wore off, but it's really nice and it's compact, so the hairs aren't fraying all over the place, just nice and flat. And I'm gonna take my concealer. I use the same brand, Farmasi. This is their liquid full coverage concealer. I find that it's very similar to the NARS Creamy Concealer. So if that is something that you like to use, I find this is a really nice dupe. I think this one runs for about $8. I'm not 100% on that, but if you're interested, the link in my bio has the link for Farmasi, so you can go check that out. So I'm just going to take the tip, brush a little bit on my brush, not too much, and I'm going to go right underneath my eyebrow. This just is going to help clean up any mess ups that you might have had, but also kind of make a nice smooth transition to start if you're going to be doing eyeshadow that day, and to also help generate the shape that you're really looking for. I really already have the shape that I want. I just kind of use it to clean up and go in and like make sure there's nothing funky going on. Now I'm just kind of patting some of the concealer through the middle on my brow. And now I'm using patting motions to blend it into the under eye. So it's just not one harsh line. All right, that's it. Now I'm gonna go off, I'm gonna do my other brow, and I'll be right back. I have matching brows. Well, kind of matching, like I said. Don't be too crazy about it. Brows aren't meant to look completely identical. If you can kind of get it there, that's all you need. So the last thing that I will do, I will go in with my spoolie brush, and I'm just going to make sure that the product is nicely brushed through. Voila, that is it. Those are my eyebrows. Those are how I do my eyebrows. There's no correct way to do eyebrows. Find the product that works for you, that fits in your makeup routine. Go with whatever shape makes you happy. This is just how I do mine. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be notified for my future videos. And I will see you all next time. Thanks so much, guys.